Welcome and hello. Today we are going to be learning about trigonometric values. Now, as you can see on the screen, we have a right angle triangle, but it's labeled with all of these words like opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse, and we're going to be unpacking what they mean. Now, if we scroll over here are some rules. Number 1, the longest side is always called the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is always opposite to the right angle. So if we look back at our triangle, here's the right angle, and opposite to it is the hypotenuse. It's also the longest, as we learned from the Pythagoras theorem. This bit is always the longest bit in the triangle. Thus, we call it the hypotenuse. 2, the side opposite a chosen angle is called the opposite angle. Now, that's pretty easy to understand. So, it's pretty straightforward. The angle is here, and it would be the opposite would be this over here. And that's because this angle is touching this line, and this is the only line it doesn't touch, making it the opposite. And number 3, the side next to the chosen angle is called the adjacent side. So, the hypotenuse can't also be the adjacent. So that means this is the adjacent side. Okay, now that we know what all of this means, how does it help us? If we look up here, we got a little bit of an acronym, SOHCAHTOA. What does it mean? Well, we have 3 trigonometric functions. Sine for the SO, cosine for the C, and then tan for the TOA. And now, basically, what these 3 means is sine. So, a sine of something. So we're just going to use theta to represent this. Theta is basically just x, an unknown variable, or just like an unknown angle. So sine of theta is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse, as in the acronym SO. Sine, opposite over hypotenuse. Do you want to guess what cosine is? Cosine would be cosine of theta would be equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. And try the tan one yourself and pause the video. Yep. Okay, so tan of theta is equal to opposite over adjacent. Now, it's quite handy and I would recommend memorizing the acronym SOHCAHTOA. So why do we need to understand how to do this? Well, they could be useful when we start doing trigonometry. Anyways, that's all for this video. I will see you in the next one where we will be unpacking trigonometry.